So we're going to start with something extremely basic in Dreamweaver. Extremely basic. About as simple as it can get. So first thing, find Dreamweaver and go ahead and tell it to open. Dreamweaver is used to build web pages, and it can also be used to create some apps. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a hello world in Dreamweaver. Hello world is often like the first program that people write in pretty much any language. It's super simple, super minimal, and that's kind of why. So you get to create something without doing a whole lot of struggle. It's not impressive, but it gets you started. So when your splash screen is up and you have your menu options, your welcome screen here, we're going to go ahead and do create new, and we're going to choose HTML right here. You probably won't have anything over here because you haven't done anything yet, but as you start working on things, you'll start to see things. So we're going to choose HTML, and this is what we're going to see. So one of the things in Dreamweaver is you have three different little buttons up here. You have design, you have splits, and you have code. So here's the code, here's what it should look like, at least pretty close to what it should look like, and here's where you can see both at the same time. So all we're going to do actually is we're just going to put a hello world. So we want our document to say hello world. So what we have here is we have, well, stuff that probably doesn't mean much to you. We have the doc type. It's telling it that it's HTML. It's good form to have this. You don't actually need it, but it's good form to have it. You've got some other stuff here which is also not actually needed. You have a heading which also isn't actually needed, but you should have it. There's some stuff you can do with it. You can use meta, which helps the search engines understand how to, like, what's on your page and where to bring it up and some of those things. You have the title, and then we close the head, and then we have the body tag, and then we have the HTML. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put hello world right here inside of the body, and that will show it in our design. If we accidentally put it in the wrong spot, it may not do what we want. Like if we accidentally put it in the head instead of the body, it doesn't show up. The head doesn't show up on the document. It's for other stuff. It's for stuff sort of outside of the document. So you want it here. If we put it above the body, it'll probably show up. Let's see what happens. Nope, doesn't like it either. What if we put it outside, underneath the body? Nope. And outside of HTML, probably not either. So the place we want to put this is inside the body. Now, right now, if we tell it that we want to preview this, if I can remember where to find that, we'll just use help because it's been a little while since I've used Dreamweaver and I've gotten a little rusty. Preview in browser. Where is this? There it is. Oh, it's all the way over there. So we'll go to File, and we'll tell it that we want to preview it in Firefox. Sure, save it. And let's just call this hello world. Hyphens are preferred to leaving no space. Spaces are bad when it comes to the internet, so don't use spaces. Hyphens are also preferred over underscores. Sometimes you'll see underscores, but that's sort of an old thing coming from programming languages. So we want to use hyphens. Google and other search engines seem to like hyphens best. So we have hello world, and it works. And here is our file path. So we can see it's on the desktop. That's where I chose to save it. And there is the name. Now right now, this is called an untitled document, and that's not so great. So we can fix that too. We can fix it here, or we can fix it here, or we can even go up here to page properties, and we can also fix it here. There's some other cool things we can do in here, like we can change the text color and the background color. So first let's go ahead and fix the color, or the title. So like my hello world web page. And let's say that we want to, well, we can do appearance either way. We can do it here with CSS or with HTML. There is a difference, but we'll get into that later. So for right now, I'm just going to play with the HTML because I want you to be able to see it. So I want you to go ahead and play with the HTML as well. Let's say that I want my background color actually to be maybe like this. I don't really like any of those colors. I actually want more options. So I'm going to click on that little thing to bring up my sliders and get more options. The colors that they're showing you by default are the web safe colors, and they're extremely restricted, and they're basically restricted to like the colors that computers could show in like the mid-90s, which isn't very relevant today unless you're designing for someone who's using a computer from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, around that period. Well, not even 15, like 20 years ago. And once again, I don't really quite like, well, I guess that's okay. No, I don't like it either. I'm going to go with, I want sort of like a deep brown. It's almost black, but not quite black. And we'll go with that. And links, I don't have any links, so that doesn't really matter. I'm not going to worry about a background image, and I don't want you to either, because it won't work for right now, depending on, well, I won't be able to see it based on how you're going to turn this in. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to apply this, and you can now see in the body tag it's added a BG color and a text attribute to the body tag. And if we go to design, now you can see it. Now I can also do some things with this. I could play in the code, I could also play in design, and I could tell it that I want this to be like bold. I could, well, there are no classes right now, so I can't do that, but I could also do formatting, so I could tell it I want this to be like a heading 1 tag or a heading 2 tag. So that's all essentially I want you to do. I want you to go into Dreamweaver, make a new HTML file, give it a title, put down Hello World, customize the background color and the text color, and go ahead and give this some sort of formatting. Because I chose this to be a heading tag, the bold actually doesn't matter anymore. Italics don't, well, italics still take effect, but the bold doesn't because a heading tag is automatically bold. So you can see there's the heading 2 tag, and if I italicize it, you can see there is the tag for italics, which is emphasis or emphasize. There you go, that's it. So what you'll do is you make sure you save it. Wherever you save it, you should find a .html file if you saved it properly, and you're going to upload this to Canvas, and that's your first Dreamweaver assignment. No big deal, right? Awesome. So get to that.